think the first, obviously, challenges I'd say is making aware that the club existed, and then the second part was making sure we get quality players on board with us to make sure that the club is successful on the pitch. It was disappointing for us to lose, but it was also determined us to do better in the season, in the next season.
First thing we done was to just stick some publicity posters up, flyers,
make sure that if we can catch some players' attention, foreign players' attention,
and that really then enabled us to get a group of players together.
We ran a couple of trials, and we got a few players down to those trials that were really keen and interested, and that's where it started.
I got to know Ilya when he'd first come over to the UK. We started talking obviously about football, as you do. We were both explaining kind of how we'd struggled to find an 11-a-side club really. We got talking a little bit more, and he explained obviously when he was a kid that he grew up playing futsal. That was really the first time I'd even heard the word mentioned.
Futsal is a small-sided game that accredited to FIFA and UEFA. It's played around the world. It's really popular around the world. It's 5-a-side, played in a handball court with handball nets, and the size of the ball is 4, and it's a bit heavier, so it doesn't bounce. So it's all about your technical ability and your movement on and off the balls.
I'm the chairman of the club. More recently we've just set the club up as a community interest company. So I'm a director along with 2 other directors in the club. My role as kind of the chairman is to try and find ways that we can engage sponsors and also look at funding where we can deliver projects which will get more people playing futsal. I think there will always be difficulties because, as I say, I think while there's good momentum behind English futsal at the moment, and the club is in a good position in terms of what we've achieved and where we are now, going forward there's always challenges around how you break through the next kind of barrier. I think over the 8 years we've kind of learned how to cope with those and how we deal with those challenges as they rise up. Myself personally, I think it's about getting the balance between what I can invest in the club going forward and obviously other things that go on in my day-to-day. Everyone connected with the club is still a volunteer, including myself, so it's how it works around all of your other responsibilities and commitments to keep doing what we do, really.
At the beginning it was myself and Simon that were funding the club. We had to pay for the training venues, we had to organise a lot.
We have some club sponsors at the moment, but we're still obviously looking for headline sponsors that can fund all the activities we have and obviously enable the club to grow.
Tackle by Quintana, Richardson's on the ball, he takes a shot and he's scored. 1-0 to Manchester within the first 2 minutes of the game.
Really we approached City in the community. We understood that they were running Velocity, which is kind of a fundraiser for City in the community, and they wanted to celebrate and work with local sports clubs within East Manchester and the city. So we kind of suggested that why not look to hold a Legends futsal game, because it might engage some ex-pros, also provide a good showcase for the actual event as well. And as I say, it's the 2nd year that it's run. It's proven to be a good way to kind of again build that relationship with Man City, and hopefully it's given us a bit more profile in the football communities in Manchester and through Manchester City fans and players who we are and what we're trying to do with the club.
We were centre court and had the Velocity going on the outside as well, so there's a lot of people watching. I think it was good to play against Vieira, the Whitleys, I think even Terry Phelan played and a few others. So yeah, it was a good game.
All kids coming through should have a game of futsal. It's great, it's quick, it's energetic, it's fun. You get plenty of touches of the ball. Why not?
Obviously, we all know the status that City have now in terms of being a global football club and other areas of the game that they're looking at, women's football, big focus on youth development and developing young players in their new academy. You know, we've made efforts over the last sort of few seasons to sort of work in partnership and look to collaborate on whatever level we can.
Cook kicks it in. Richardson to Bond. Quintana loses out. Cooker makes up for it though. Plays it to Richardson. Plays it through to Quintana. Chips it. What a goal. It's beautiful. 2-0 Manchester. That's 18 minutes left on the clock. And what a cheeky little celebration for the fans there watching him.
We always had that, I'd say, friendly rivalry against Sheffield because, you know, like I say, we're all good friends off the pitch and we never had the hatery, I'd say, off the pitch, but on the pitch, I find it really enjoyable to play against Sheffield because they're always going to give us a good game. And
they're the team that, as long as we beat them twice in a season, we've got much more of a chance of winning a league. So obviously that's the pressure that comes with playing them.
Pouco desapontante, lógico. O time tinha expectativas um pouco grandes para poder estar comemorando o título, isso não aconteceu. Acredito que todo mundo ficou muito triste com isso e, de uma certa forma, a gente começou esse ano com a cabeça um pouco diferente do que foi o ano passado, pensando em ser campeão ao invés de ter terminado em segundo, como aconteceu.
Quintana's now on the ball. To Cook, back to Quintana, plays out wide to Bond. Takes Richardson, another goal, that was beautiful. Square ball across from Bond to Richardson.
This year, the Tiger Street football tournament has been great for us. We've been to 3 countries. The first one was in Malaysia, the second in Mongolia, and the third one was in Vietnam, grand finals. Been invited by Tiger Bear, which is hosts a tournament in Asian countries.
Basically flying obviously to Asia on the Thursday, you get there Friday morning, then obviously you get to go around wherever we are on Friday. Saturday you go to the tournament the local teams play, and the Sunday it's like the international teams playing the best local teams, and then obviously you got that Sunday night, the last time you've got in the city wherever you are. And then you're flying back on Monday, so it's just like a whirlwind, so it's amazing.
The format was obviously very different. It was a kind of street stroke futsal stroke cage football.
It's a huge event out in Asia, and we've been honoured to be invited to such an event and representing England, but also Manchester, and making sure that we have that present in Asia as well. So you know,
the format took a while to adapt to in the first year that we competed, and we kind of struggled to get to grips with it. But luckily, last year we were invited back and brought into the tournament again to represent England. But this time we had much greater success because I think we'd had the knowledge and experience previously and knew how we had to adapt really our game. And as I say, this year it was great. You know, we went to Mongolia. We won that regional final. We also went to Malaysia. Lost out in the final in that competition. And as a result of that, we were invited to the grand finals in Vietnam. So, you know, to take a group of players from Manchester and put them into that environment where they're playing against not only local Asian host nations, but also other international teams that have been selected from Brazil, Holland, Spain, Germany, Australia was a great experience and exposure for the club.
Richardson closing the ball down, intercepts it, plays it to Bond, and it's open there, and that's 4-0.
Yeah, my name is Matej Vlašić, and I am a condition trainer, fitness trainer, assistant coach. It's all about, it's all about the professionalism in this sport. You have guys which has families, which have another job. So if you will have the players which who can give more energy to futsal, and we improve your system a little. And of course, it's all about experiences. If we'll have more experiences with teams from higher level, you can improve much more than anyone, because it's close to football. Futsal is close to football, and as I said, football is your religion. So why not futsal?
Manchester being a global city and a global football city, it attracts a lot of interest from around the world, and we're starting to see now that futsal, Manchester Futsal Club in particular, are starting to get recognition of that, and we're building relationships outside of Manchester and not just within the city, really.